Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery and welcome to today's 5-Minute Friday, and we've got a very autumny thing to do for you today. The weather hasn't been particularly autumny. We're at the beginning of October now, and yesterday, I don't know what temperature it was, but certainly it felt like 25 degrees, very, very warm. So we've had some very unseasonable weather, which to a certain degree is great, in as much as we want to get out in the garden and enjoy it. And today what we're doing is planting up Aubrieta. So generally speaking, with a few exceptions, this time of year when we're planting stuff up, we're planting it to see the fruits of our labour next year, next spring, for example, in this case, because we're planting up Aubrieta. So what we do first, actually it won't. What I'm going to do is, just to confuse my dad with the camera, is I'm going to plant them up and then we'll go through the varieties afterwards. So in planting up, you can see I've put some compost, good quality multi-purpose compost in the base of the container here. And what I'm going to do is going to top it up a bit. So I'm going to leave a gap around about 9 centimetres. I know that sounds exact, from the top. And the reason I'm saying 9 centimetres is that these are in a 9 centimetre pot. So we want the plant, if I give this a squeeze, we want the plant to be sitting in the container at that height, at that depth, I should say. Okay, so when it's placed on the compost, you can see that's a little bit low. So I'm just going to top it up a little bit. So just top it up around about 1 centimetre or so. Okay, so we want it to sit a bit like that. So because I'm planting 3 varieties, I'm going to plant them in a triangle. Okay, so let's take a look at taking them out. So we've got the plant here. What I do is sort of support the foliage and the compost and give the pot a good squeeze. Okay, and then the pot will just slide off. Okay, so just place it on like that. And then for the final one, just like that. Okay, so you can see we've planted it in a triangle. Then all that's left to do is fill in with the same compost. Aubrieta are nice and hardy. We can take them through the winter outside, and I definitely recommend outside. They're a sort of plant that actually, if they get too warm, they just look a bit scruffy. So we overwinter them, I should say, sorry, through the winter outside, and they're hardy across the UK, so you haven't got any problems there. Just tip a bit of compost in the back there. Okay, so it's just like that. We tuck them in, we're not pushing them down, and we're leaving the compost just shy of the top. That helps with watering massively. So let's have a look at the varieties. You can see all 3 there. These get very similar height. They flower at a very, very similar time, which is going to be next spring. At the front here, we've got the lovely variegated Doctor Mules, which has a bluey, purpley flower. And then we've got 2 Katie varieties. We've got Katie Red and we've got Katie Blue. So the blue is how you'd expect. It's a lovely royal blue, a really nice flowering variety there. The red, it's called Katie Red. I don't actually think it's the reddest of reds. It's sort of, if you were mixing red with purple, but still a very, very nice variety, and they're going to flower next spring. So that's how we plant up Aubrieta. And if you've got any questions at all, obviously get in contact. We're here to help. See you soon.